Everybody, Spam here. Just starting a new run in Dungeons of Edera. This is a game that I've been playing for about a week now. I did a basic kind of combat tip video a little bit earlier, but I just wanted to kind of start a series on doing a live playthrough. This isn't going to be of the campaign missions at all, so don't worry about that. No spoilers on that. This is an early access game, however, so even if you do see any campaign spoilers, there is a good chance that most of that might be rewritten or reworked before the game's final release. But just in case it's not, I don't want to spoil any of that for you. We won't go through the narrative campaign. Fortunately, this game has a bunch of roguelite features, so kind of infinite procedural dungeons to be running and fighting in and getting loot in. So I created a new guy here. I'm just going to be using the starter equipment and running a dungeon and seeing what we get. So just kind of like you'd be starting out. This is not my first character, so the tutorial didn't go through the narrative tutorial with this character, and I do have things in my stash, but I'm not going to be using any of that for right now. The one thing that might look a little bit different in this starter village between this game and if you're just starting out is on my other characters, I have unlocked some of the additional trainers. So I do have most of the talents available to me that are available at this point in the game. But other than that, this is as close to a new start as I can get without resetting the campaign, which I don't want to do. So without further ado, with just a basic sword, basic shield, the founder's coat that we get for buying the game in pre-order, which I will go ahead and put on right now. We will go over to the bounty board, see what we got. Cold Steel, Bandits in the North, Goblin Slayer, Fuel the Machine, Fires are getting low. Which one do I want to do? Bandits sound pretty good. Let's go ahead and leave it on medium. Start a randomly generated dungeon. See what modifier we get. That's always fun. And then see if we can survive the first few encounters to get some loot to help us make it through the rest of this dungeon. If you haven't checked out my combat tips tutorial, oh good, it's the Snow Map Desolation Pass. I really like this one. Modifier, life and mana steal disabled. Well, we don't really have any life steal or mana steal items, so that's not too big a deal for us right now. But my goodness, this game, it can be pretty sometimes. This map is really, I think, my favorite. It's so pretty, and the fog kind of limits the draw distance, makes it a little bit interesting. But yeah, let's see what we can do. So just a brief recap of my combat tips kind of tutorial. You want to be locking on, you want to be blocking, you want to be using your light and heavy attacks in combination, and you want to be using a bow, once we eventually get a bow, to be pulling enemies one at a time so we don't get surrounded and overwhelmed. And that is an especially salient point at this early point in the game. Let's see if we can just get him to see us back up so we don't aggro the other guy. Go ahead and lock onto this guy and see what we can do. We do have Shield Bash. Shield Bash is very useful early. Unfortunately, did not stop his attack. So we'll dodge out of the way of that one. And kill our first guy. Pick up our first little bit of loot. Ring of Sorcery. It's kind of under the level. Early access game. I think it's gone. Oh well, just a ring. Not too big of a deal. Moving on. So our quest objective in this random side quest is just to kill 20 bandits. That shouldn't be too big of a deal. Let's go ahead and shield bash, power attack, and that should kill him. And boom, looks like we got what? Lockpick, that's not useful right now, but that two-handed weapon is. Looks like we're going to get a lot more damage and some crit chance. We'll go ahead and equip that. Can't use Shield Bash anymore, but that's okay. We will go ahead and use this two-handed weapon to great effect. Stagger and chop. I do have gore enabled, so that basically just means that they get cut to pieces. So yeah, that guy's arm is now on the floor, and that is fantastic. Let's continue through this random dungeon, see what we got. All the dungeons have a map that you can pull up and kind of see where everything is. So in case you kind of get lost or you need to backtrack, or if you're trying to collect things or turn off shrines or find the boss to kill, all that is labeled on the map. There's a fog of war, but you can see through it and kind of see objectives. Just so you know, on the map, these little things, these are alchemy things. So this is where plants are that you have a chance to gather. And then these books are where you can collect journal entries to further the lore. And then if there was like a little purple scully stamp thing, that's where a boss is. But we don't need to worry about that right now. So 3 out of 20 dead so far. Let us continue on our merry way with this giant frickin' claymore. We got 2. One's an archer. That's not the greatest. Let's back up so he can't shoot at us while we kill this guy. Take his legs out from under him. Now for this archer, we're definitely going to need to get in there close. He hurts a lot. Go ahead and heal. Heal again. Out of stamina. Let's back it up and wait. And we should be able to kill him. So these early kind of dungeons are a little bit tricky, especially if you get the archers like that, or if, God forbid, you get a mage, an enemy mage. That is real hard to deal with before you have any kind of talents or items available to you. But we're able to survive that, and we should slowly heal back up. There's some dungeon modifiers that actually disable healing over time. That's kind of tricky. But let's see if we can't get that guy by himself. So what you see me doing without a bow. So with a bow, you'd be able to kind of pull these guys one by one pretty easily. But without a bow, let's watch this animation. Ooh, flip him over the shoulder. Without a bow, what you want to kind of be doing is looking to see which direction they're facing, because they do have a vision cone that extends a little bit further than their passive radius. And so you want to kind of exploit that to like get one to look at you while the other one's back its turn, so then you'll only aggro one at a time. So you can just fight 1v1 instead of having to get surrounded. Let's see if we can aggro this guy without aggroing the other guy. There we go. Back up. Wait for him to come at us. Once you got more gear and once you got more levels, this becomes less and less important. Ooh. Hell yeah! I love the ragdoll physics in this game. Realistic? Not at all, but sure shit fun. Excellent. Alright, so there we go. Got a bow. So this makes the game a lot more easy. So we can just pull this guy. Wait for him to run at us. We can probably just pop off a few more arrows into him. He's far enough away. We'll have a couple more recharge before he gets here. Bada bing, bada boom. And slice and dice. Amulet perfect. This guy. Ooh. Ooh, got 2. Got 2. Let's see if we can take this guy out. That was an affirmative. And over the shoulder. Excellent. All right. My main character that I played with is a sword and boards, a sword and shield guy. Kind of going down that archetypical paladin talent tree. This first one here with shield bash, and then kind of divine vengeance and all that sort of stuff. I'm thinking for this guy, we're probably gonna try to stick in this two-handed Sufract warrior tree. That seems like a fun time to me. Where are we? Where are we going? We need to go right. Let's go this way. And then that is a hill, so we just need to go up this way, up that ramp. There we go. So yeah, this game is, I would say, a mix of like a Demon Souls, Dark Souls. What it really reminds me of, actually, in the combat, is an old game from the early 2000s called Blade of Darkness, which was really super fun. Kind of almost like a Demon Souls, Dark Souls type action RPG, before those games even came around at all. Ooh, treasure chest. And what was cool about Blade of Darkness was the combat system was like really intricate. Like not only did you have light and heavy attacks, but then you could also attack directionally based on which WASD key you were pressing when your attack went off, and then you had almost like fighting game style combos that were weapon dependent that you could pull off based on like, you know, if you like left attacked and then right heavy attacked and then up attack, down attack, that would trigger like a combo that would do certain things. So it was like really intricate fighting system, and it still had like the same difficulty level of like a Demon's Souls, Dark Souls. So that was really cool. And then one of the other really cool things about that game is that almost everything in the world you could interact with. So tables, stools, chairs, bits and bobs. You can pick anything up, you can throw it. And that extended to when you chopped up enemies. So like this game with the gore enabled, like you could take people's legs off, you could take their arms off, their heads off. But then in Blade of Darkness, you could actually like pick up those limbs and use them as weapons, either projectile or in your hand. So like you could cut off a goblin's arm, and then you could pick it up and then use that arm to beat his goblin buddies to death with, or like decapitate someone and like catch that head in midair and then chuck it at someone that was charging at you. It was a really, really good time. And this game kind of reminds me a little bit of that. It kind of has that same similar feel. The way the characters move is kind of similar. And so I really, really enjoy that. I don't have shield bash, so this is going to be very interesting with 2 shield guys, and this is exactly what I didn't want to do, was pull a mob of 3 people, but we'll see what we can do here. I was hoping to get that guy in the back. Wait for a stamina to recharge here, and these guys have potions, man. Potions for days. Potions for days on these. I'm gonna join the potion gang. Potion gang, rise up. All right. Wait for the stamina to recharge. Yeah. Okay. Attack me. Attack me. Alright. Got the bleed off with the 4-hit combo. Oh, maybe the bleed will kill him. There it is. Okay, that was tricksy. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got this amulet. Lifesteal. Can't use lifesteal right now. That's a lot better. That shield seems pretty good. This bow is Mana Steel. Can't use that right now, so that's fine. If I get a better one-handed weapon, I might go to that sword and shield, but we'll see. The shield just really, really helps in the early game. That's the way I came from. I need to turn around and go this way. Because as you can see, it gets a little bit hectic when you can't shield bash enemies that have shields to break their defense, especially when you're fighting multiple people at a time. Yeah, let's just keep going this way. But anyway, yeah, this game is pretty fantastic. So not only does it have that kind of, sorry for that tangent on Dark Souls and Blade of Darkness, but not only does it have that kind of style combat system, but it also kind of has like a Diablo loot thing going on, where you just get sprayed with loot, and it's kind of like, you know, collect what you can. But then it also has a roguelite thing. You know, all these dungeons are procedurally generated. If you die, you lose any gold and gear that you have on you at the time of death. The way around that is certain gear can be soulbound, or is soulbound, which means it'll persist even through death. And if you find a piece that you really like, you can pay money to have it soulbound once you unlock the blacksmith. And there we go, quest complete. And we got uncommon leather armor. Let's just see if there's a chest in here. Usually buildings have a pretty good chance of having a chest, but nope. So anyway, yeah, this game is kind of like a Demon Souls, Dark Souls action mixed with below loot system, mixed with a roguelite randomly procedural generated dungeons and like loss of gear on death. Let's just actually, I think I am gonna do Whirlwind. Yeah, let's do Whirlwind. And then let's just take Shield Dash off our quick spell and do Whirlwind, and I'll show you. On these poor souls, let's see if we can't Whirlwind some people down. Pull that guy. Pull that guy. I'll just take this guy out with a bow. So yeah, once you complete the objective... Oh, there's Whirlwind. And we get a gold sword. Beautiful. I'm glad I killed these guys. Once you complete the objective... Oh, and this is soulbound too. Excellent. Put that on, and then this is a lot more damage. Lifesteal, cold damage, beautiful. All right. That's not soulbound. So if I died, I would be able to keep that. That would be gone. That would be gone. That would be gone. That would be gone. And then everything in my inventory would be gone. So death is pretty... Especially if you have a lot of really great items on you. Yeah, death can be pretty brutal. But yeah, this game is an interesting... Interesting combination of a couple of genres. It is still in early access, so, you know, it still does need to be polished up a little bit. And systems are tweaking here and there and all that jazz. So don't judge it too harshly quite yet, but I am really enjoying it. So I think I'm going to kill this one last guy here. Let's do a Whirlwind on him. Excellent. And then, so yeah, as I was saying, once you complete the dungeon objective, you can keep going in the dungeon and looting and finding things. If the objective was not to kill the boss, so there's still a boss in this dungeon somewhere that I could track down and find and fight. And what happens is when you kill bosses, you get the opportunities to pick a boon. And those are kind of like random passives that either stack or that stay permanently on your character. So that's what you get for killing bosses. But being that this is my first dungeon on this character, and he does not have any talent points besides Whirlwind, and his gear is rather lackluster, going after the boss at this point is a pretty big ask. So go ahead and press R to sheathe the sword, and then you can press N at any time to kind of summon a town portal. And we will head back to town, sell our goodies, see what we have for sale. I don't know, because that's the other thing, is gold is persistent across characters. So like if I go to the merchant here and go to shop, I have a lot of gold. I did not gain all of that on this last trip out, so I don't know how much gold I actually want to use. We might just actually do a just finders only run, so only use items that I find.
What can I do for you?
So let's sell some stuff. I am not going to need that anymore. Not going to need that. Not going to need that. I'll keep... No, we're going to stick with two-handed. We're going to stick two-handed. We'll sell all this, sell all that, sell the lockpicks. We'll go ahead and buy a health potion again because we used a couple. Close that out. And then I think that's going to be it for this episode. So I'll pick it up next time. We'll take another quest out. And we'll see what sort of damage we can do and what kind of dungeon we get. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.